All right, this is the Professor Malik X along with Bearstown, and this is tonight's Monday Night Raw review. I haven't done one of these in a while, so here we go. Monday Night Raw was basically your typical Monday Night Raw go home show for Fastlane. Opening segment is Dean Ambrose comes out to the ring to open the show. He starts cutting a promo on Brock Lesnar, and Stephanie McMahon interrupts. She sets up a 5-way match for the Intercontinental title featuring Ambrose, and it'll start right away. The other participants were Tyler Breeze, Stardust, Kevin Owens, and Dolph Ziggler. Bearstown, what are your thoughts? What were your thoughts on this match?
It was a K match again. 6-man tag. It's going to be good and more. This bunch of guys like Jim West shouldn't get the top of a mid-card status. It's a K match.
Yeah. Well, as for the play-by-play blow, after lots of brawling both inside and outside the ring, all 5 competitors, Kevin Owens hits the pop-up powerbomb on Tyler Breeze to become the new WWE Intercontinental Champion. After the match, Ambrose looks on in shock as Owens celebrates. Post-match, there was a promo or interview by Dean Ambrose's girlfriend. She interviewed Owens, and then, of course, Dolph Ziggler interrupts. And then, finally later, she caught up with Dean Ambrose, and Dean Ambrose, was at a loss for words. But
Dean Ambrose was big time that Owens. They haven't been confused so far. But they can get a title. I think there's got to be a feature.
Yeah, what I'm hoping Dean Ambrose is in line to win the World Heavyweight title, as I stated on the live reaction. And here it says in the back, Dean Ambrose cuts a promo saying the Authority hasn't taken everything from him yet, and he plans on winning at Fastlane. Also in the back, Kevin Owens is celebrating his win when Dolph Ziggler confronts him and challenges him to a match at Fastlane. Owens says nah and walks off. But as we later learned, the match is made official, of course, by the Authority. Next we have Big E Langston from the New Day versus Mark Henry. As you know, last Monday on Raw, it was an 8-man tag, the Usos and the Dudleys versus the New Day and Mark Henry. Mark Henry walks out on the match, which of course made the New Day very angry. The New Day comes out and cuts a promo. Of course, Big E Langston comes out to answer it. The whole New Day is out at the ringside to accompany Big E. They cut a promo on Edge and Christian, and then Big E calls Henry Mark-ass Buster. The match begins, and they go to the outside early on. Mark Henry takes a couple splashes from Big E. Big E picks him up. Henry falls to the mat, clutching his ribs, and Big E just covers for the win. The New Day celebrates, but Big E looks a bit concerned. Okay, Bearstown, your thoughts on this match? Bearstown, your thoughts?
Oh, okay match.
Okay. Yeah.
Boring. Fun busting things.
Okay.
Convenience. It was a K match.
Okay. Well, now there's also after that, there's an advertisement. Brock Lesnar will appear on this week's SmackDown edition. We have full results from the taping on Tuesday night. Okay, the tapings for SmackDown are posted later during the week or the next day. Okay, Brie Bella. Next, we have Brie Bella is out in the ring to cut a promo. She is interrupted very early on by Charlotte, who is accompanied by Ric Flair. Charlotte tells Brie she can only imagine what Brie's goat-faced vegan babies will become. Of course, Brie takes offense and slaps Charlotte in the face, and they fight. Of course, the promo was Brie Bella was addressing the aftermath of Daniel Bryan's retiring, of course, which was very emotional. And she announces, they're going to start the next chapter in their life, no kids, and the quiet life. And Charlotte Flair interrupts that, basically to hype the match for Fastlane. And so after the fight, where Bree lays out Charlotte and Charlotte exits the ring and retreat. Bree mode plays. Now, next segment.
Wow.
Bearstown, your thoughts on Brie Bella and Charlotte's hype for a Fastlane this Sunday? How did you like that segment? Hey Bears, are you there? Yeah, I think your mic has been
So
yeah, I think your mic, your audio, your audio isn't working too good because I can't hear you too well. It must be cutting.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
But this whole Charlotte and Nikki Bella, that fucking sucked, dude. Cause Charlotte Flair is overrated. Bomb.
Yeah, that's true. Charlotte Flair is overrated, as is Brie Bella. And personally, I never thought Brie nor Nikki could wrestle. But hey, it's WWE. It is what it is. Next up, Chris Jericho's music hits, and he comes down to join the commentary team for the next match, which is AJ Styles, the Phenomenal One, versus the Moneymaker, The Miz. After going back and forth in the ring, the action goes to the outside. The Miz gets distracted talking to Jericho at the announce table, and AJ Styles capitalizes with a flying forearm off the ring steps that lays out The Miz. After a series of near falls back in the ring, The Miz hits a skull-crushing finale for a very close 2 count. After stomping AJ in the corner, The Miz backs up and charges, but AJ catches him and rolls him into the calf crusher for the win. After the match, AJ Styles calls out Chris Jericho for a match at Fastlane. Jericho says he'll give him an answer on SmackDown this week. Basically, they're hyping a match that's probably going to happen at Fastlane, a match that's being thrown in, kind of like just thrown in there just for a filler, to sell the pay-per-view. Because since the debut of AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble, he is pretty over with the fans. Of course, he's a 10-year vet. He's a TNA original, and he has a loyal fan following. So, Bearstown, your thoughts on this match?
It's really good. It's good. AJ Styles, it's gonna tune up better than this thing. And I thought AJ Styles was gonna get buried. So people love AJ. He's undefeated, right?
No, Jericho beat him in the second match. Jericho beat him last week on SmackDown in the second match. So they're actually tied at one match apiece. Jericho's beating him, and he's beating Jericho. So
AJ Styles is beating him a lot. So AJ Styles, I'm surprised that he treats AJ Styles better than Sting.
Yep. Yeah. Like I said, AJ Styles to me is still young, and he's still got a lot of good years left. So Sting is in his late 50s, so Sting is pretty much done, or he should be anyway. Okay. Next we have.
I think it should be Triple H. I was a man. Sorry for that.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Okay. Next we have the Dudley Boys come out to the ring and cut a promo. They tease that they're going to grab a table from under the ring, but they put it back. They talk about how they're the baddest tag team on the planet, and that they are done using tables forever. Basically, this is their heel turn from last week. They call it the Usos, but the Usos aren't there, so they sit in the ring and talk and taunt the fans. Of course, as the classic bad guy Dudley Boys do, and we go to commercial, and after we come back, we have Summer Rae versus Paige. Bearstown, your thoughts on the Dudley Boys segment?
I think right now the Dudley Boys said that they just put on necessary putting tables. That's gonna be bullshit because the Dudley Boys are popular, or great tag teamers because of ECW. You know what I mean? They usually put the tables, and the Dudley Boys are great tag teamers. But also, they forgot the home edge of ECW.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
You know,
Yeah, that's true.
I think the boys should piss off the fans. And no matter what, the Dudley boys should be still cheered. I'm still cheering for the Dudley boys because it's the IT era. To do the Nutstagger. It's not gonna work because people are still cheer for the Dudley boys. The Usos are not good.
That's true. Well, the Dudley Boys are still entertaining, even as bad guys. See, they're classic. They may be older, they may be relics, or they may be past their prime, but they can still go. And I'd rather watch the Dudley Boys than watch the Usos or anybody else in there, for that matter. But moving on, we have more diva action here. Summer Rae versus Paige. Summer takes control of the match after landing a spinning heel kick for a 2 count. Paige mounts a brief comeback before Summer Rae rolls her up in a small package for the surprise 3 count. Very quick match. Okay, wasn't much there. Personally, I'm surprised to see Summer Rae get a match on Raw. I think this is the first time she's been on Raw in 5 or 6 months. She was paired with Tyler Breeze for a while as they were doing the selfie couple gimmick, but I guess it got old. Creative broke them up, and which I think is good for Tyler Breeze. Now all Tyler Breeze needs to do now is to change his gimmick altogether. Get rid of the selfie stick, get rid of the selfie phone, just wrestle and build some other characters. A character that a bad guy character, heel character that the fans can actually get behind and like. But that's up to them. I've heard that gimmick was his idea. Personally, I think he can do better than that. But also, Bearstown, your thoughts on Summer Rae versus Paige? Bearstown, I think your mics are not working again.
I think Paige is best even on the roster. So Summer Rae. Summer Rae played laundry football back in the day.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So,
Yeah. Why Paige had the job of Summer Rae, I'll never know. I'm thinking somebody in the back is mad at Paige or doesn't like her. I don't know, but that's just me.
think right now, why is it? Because this is shadow flares politicking. Because shadow flare does, that's kind of strange. And if you politic so much, until you make videos going to stuck up to the flash, it's really always going to be that way. I think the best deal roster is Natalya. How come Natalya's not face the Divas Championship? Same goes with Summer Rae. Summer Rae, she play football. One bit of a big football star. You know what I'm saying? But make her like a badass. Nothing can Mike and man. She's pretty good football player. So make her like a beast. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. Well, next, we go to something good. Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is in the ring to talk about why Brock Lesnar will be the next World Heavyweight Champion. He calls out Roman Reigns to the ring because there's something he wants to say to him in person. Reigns comes out, and Heyman tells him to remember that Brock Lesnar isn't his only enemy at Fastlane. His friend Dean Ambrose will also be trying to beat him. The Dudleys jump Reigns from behind after Heyman is done talking. Dean Ambrose comes down for the save. After they clear the ring, Ambrose goes for the dirty deeds on Reigns, but Reigns blocks it. Reigns points to the WrestleMania sign to the end of the segment. Okay, yep. Basically, Dean Ambrose just confirmed all of Paul Heyman's suspicions on, why you have to choose either family or friendship. Of course, Reigns, he's going to have to choose his family because I'm pretty sure Dean Ambrose has chosen his family. That is, if he has kids at this point, but he's dating Renee Young, so I'm guessing he's still, he's just dating. He's never been married. I don't know. But anyway, Bearstown, your thoughts on this segment? I thought it was a very good segment, a very good storyline segment. Of course, Reigns shouldn't be smiling so much. He needs to be a badass and be a monster. That's why, because I noticed during the part where he was talking, the crowd was chanting "what" after he said something. That's their way of getting someone they don't like as well as booing him. So, what are your thoughts?
Again,
Your mic's cutting in and out.
sorry about that. Wolverines shouldn't be fucking smart at all. Wolverine should be a badass. It's just that Prime is underrated. The mic. He should be a broadcaster, not the freaking He's good, man. Prime should be a broadcaster. He's good. I can tell you. I joined him back in the 01. I'm a Pullman fan from the beginning. I think Pullman was awesome on the mic. I think Pullman and Jay were better as a tag team. Reigns shouldn't be smart at all. He should be badass, but whatever. I think I met Reigns. He's a cool guy, so let me show you.
Okay, that's cool.
Flame.
Yeah.
I'll show you some stuff surprise for you guys if you see me this.
Yeah.
This is how good for Reigns.
Yeah. To me, in my opinion, Roman Reigns should be talking. I think Roman Reigns needs to be. If he had a Paul Heyman mouthpiece like for him, I think he'd be a whole lot better off. He just needs to concentrate on kicking ass and beating people down. Like I said, every time he talks or he smiles, he cuts a promo. It basically it's bad for. It's bad for business. It's bad for his business. It's bad for his mystique and bad for his character. So, it's like 2 steps forward, one step forward for him, 2 steps back when he talks, or 3 steps back in this case. Okay, there's an advertisement of the Vincent J. McMahon Legacy of Excellence Award will be awarded to someone next week. Michael Cole, of course, says it will be the most prestigious award WWE has, and nobody has deserved it up until now. Okay, now. It's a Legacy of Excellence Award that's named after a guy named Vincent J. McMahon. Not any relation to Vincent Kennedy McMahon. So I didn't understand it. All right, go ahead.
What actor?
No, he's no relation to Vince McMahon, who owns WWE, but it's somebody I never heard of him. I don't even know who Vincent J. McMahon is, but apparently
that's Vince's father.
Okay.
Vince McMahon's father.
Okay.
James McMahon. That's the founder.
Okay. So that must be his grandfather or his father, I guess.
Jesse McMahon or Vince McMahon Sr.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, now, yeah. Next, we have the Social Outcast. Heath Slater defeated Zack Ryder. It's good to see Zack Ryder in the ring, but not enough. He's been down in NXT in a tag team for a while now because, of course, I do invest in the WWE network. So I've seen some of the NXT shows and I saw some interviews with him, so that's what he's been doing. Ryder is in control for most of the first part of the matchup. Bo jumps on the apron and distracts him, allowing Slater to nail a heel kick and a smash hit for the win. So basically, the match was short. A lot of interference from the other members of the Social Outcasts, and Heath Slater got the win. I like Zack Ryder, but also like the other wrestlers of the Social Outcasts, and it's good to see them, try to get some kind of push, get something going. And it's good to see Heath Slater get a win without basically being, jobbing all the time like he's been doing for years, and basically being embarrassed and humiliated, because him and the rest of the Social Outcasts are good wrestlers. Bearstown, your thoughts?
They're talented. I think both Dallas had a lot of charisma. I believe that.
Yeah, I think all of them have charisma in their own way. So, I think they deserve better than what they're getting, even individually. I mean, I like the faction, but I think individually they all deserve better. Okay.
I think Bloodline should be a face instead. Bloodline is good at both. At the face, baby face, not face a company. It's baby face. This could be a good baby face. You need to get inspired kids now. I think this guy had some talented. If you turn a face, the believe. Sick with it, okay. Woo, but what the heck? The title? What the lower title belt.
Oh yeah,
Sir?
yeah. Oh yeah, and also the one man band, as he calls himself. I'm the one man band. Okay, but anyway, next we have an Attitude Era throwback segment, and let me tell you, kids, this wasn't PG because they're showing the video right here. We see R-Truth out on a date earlier in the night. Goldust appears dressed as their waiter at the restaurant. R-Truth recognizes him, and Goldust ends up spraying champagne on his date before running away. But let me tell you what actually happened. As we all know, and I've seen a picture of R-Truth's wife. R-Truth's wife is a white woman, so I'm guessing this black woman is a hired actress, bad actress too at the most. They're talking, having romantic, and Goldust is dressed in a suit. Of course, he's in his Goldust makeup, and he presents him with a bottle of champagne, says compliments of the house, and he places the bottle between his legs, trying to open it, and when he does, holding the bottle between his legs and crotch, sprays all over R-Truth's date. Like I guess you could say metaphorically, it's a triple X porn shot or the money shot, if you will. So to WWE for that, if they don't get any backlash from that, it's ironic how people get suspended for 90 days for grabbing the boss, but then they're promoted as a PG kid-friendly show, and they film a segment like this and broadcast it on the air. To me, that's an Attitude Era is a throwback. That's not PG. The kids shouldn't have seen it, and I'm pretty sure the backlash will be coming at them fast and hard in the next couple of days. Bearstown, your thoughts?
Well, but that's old school. I was pretty good and interested in living the past. That's okay now. That's the thing with the it's just we should build up PG. Kids, kids show. They bring back the attitude fully complain. Please bring back the attitude. The blood, the sweat, shit.
Yeah, I understand that as far as the wrestling part is concerned, but if they're supposed to be promoting PG and they do something like that with Goldust, the champagne bottle spraying on the girl, like like he's ejaculating, in a way. That's I'm pretty sure the kids sponsors and everything are going to have a problem with that. So Vince,
what can you do with blood?
Yeah, they need WWE needs to look at themselves and stop doing this double standard every once in a while. You know what I mean? It's because they're making themselves look like hypocrites. But that's just my opinion. Okay, after that we come back. The League of Nations defeated the Lucha Dragons and Neville. The Lucha Dragons and Neville hit suicide dives to the outside on the members of the league early on. Back in the ring, Alberto Del Rio eventually hits the double stomp on Sin Cara for the victory. This was a good, solid match. A good back and forth 6-man match. So, Bearstown, what were your thoughts on this match?
6 minutes. I don't like 6 minutes. Pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a crazy year. 6 minutes. What the heck's going to be 6 tag match? It's getting bad. It's like boring. Who wants to see a 6-minute match?
Well, it was a good, solid.
Boring.
Yeah, to me, it was a good, solid 6-man match. It was one of the better matches of the whole show, other than the Miz and AJ Styles, and also in the beginning the 5-way Intercontinental match. It was pretty good. Like I said, you got good wrestlers in a bad situation. The Luchas aren't really getting any kind of push or any kind of storyline. Neville is basically becoming obsolete, and to throw a Rusev, Sheamus, and Alberto in this faction and call them the League of Nations is just is basically just the continuation of bad creative.
What's the point of 6-minute tag? It's just style.
Yeah, it's basically just the continuation of bad creative direction for good wrestlers. But hey, once again, WWE is basically just they're just tossing things. WWE at this point is basically pissing into the wind and basically pissing in their fans' faces.
Exactly. There's reports in the Wrestling Inc. about the not enough arenas for a whole month since New Year. With the problem was, WWE is not arenas anymore because the product fucking sucks.
Yep. Next, we get a Black History Month video, which is honoring Booker T. Then after commercial, we come back to some more Divas action. Becky Lynch versus Naomi. Now, before the match, there was a segment filmed outside the arena near the trucking area where Becky Lynch is approached by Naomi and Tamina. They talk and jaw jack a little bit, and Becky says, you know what, we'll do it in the ring tonight. And as they appear to walk off, I believe it was Tamina who kicks Becky Lynch right in the jaw. Then Naomi, leans over and says, yeah, we'll see you in the ring. Basically, to have their match tonight. Becky is in control early on, but after taking a breather on the outside, Naomi comes back with a big boot. They trade holds, and eventually Becky locks in the disarmer for her win. After the match, Tamina comes out and beats down Becky. Sasha hits the ring and makes the save. And of course, after that, after Tamina and Naomi retreat, Sasha and Becky are in the ring standing tall. I'm guessing there's going to be a Diva tag match at Fastlane. I'm hoping, of course, because as we all know, Sasha Banks is very over with the fans. The only young Diva to be over, even more than Paige. So basically at this point, I would say Team Bad is basically just Team Worse. So Bearstown, your thoughts on that?
Team Bad is trash. What else could Team Bad be incentivized? Bad girls? Another thing was push the fuck on me. Why is it the girls, the African American girls, the black girls, called Team Bad? And it should be like Team Good, Team Bad.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't. Yeah, well, I wouldn't even want to see a Team Good. That's Team Bad is bad enough, but Team Good would be even worse. They would really get. They would really get.
Give it a stitch because it's stupid. Yeah. It's like we're African Americans. No, New Day looks gay. No, make him badass. African Americans are badasses. I think that's history month. What the fuck is wrong? You put if you want to have a Black History Month and put the black champion in, like a T. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Speaking of History Month,
yeah, but
that's what makes an N-word. I saw on Twitter, and he did it. The N-word.
Yeah, well, we all know that's not going to happen anytime soon. A black champion in WWE, fat chance. No, but anyway, Team Bad, after they hit Becky Lynch before the match in the segment, they did their little fist dap and said, "Unity," and that's even worse. They need to cut out that catchphrase, because the catchphrase will never go over and never be accepted. But when time will tell. But like I said, you have a lot of good wrestlers that are sinking fast. Okay, after now we go on to the main event, which was probably the best segment of the night. The Big Show defeated Wyatt family member Braun Strowman via DQ. The Wyatt family cuts a promo in the ring until the Big Show's music interrupts and he hits the ring. Show and Strowman stare each other down before locking up. Strowman surprises Show by overpowering him and taking control of the match. Big Show eventually counters a suplex with one of his own. Then Eric Rowan runs in for the disqualification. Harper and Wyatt join in on the beatdown on Big Show. The big guy, Ryback, hits the ring for the save, but the Wyatt family outnumbers and overpowers him too. Suddenly, the ring posts light up, and Kane emerges from a hole in the ring. He cleans house, and the babyfaces stand tall in the ring as Raw goes off the air. And as Raw goes off the air, they're announcing on the network, there's a Stone Cold's podcast special guest is the Big Show. So this was probably the best part of the night, and I'm hoping at Fastlane we have a 6-man, which would be the Big Show, Kane, and Ryback, the big guy, versus Strowman, Eric Rowan, and Luke Harper, which I think would sell Fastlane pretty good. It should be the match maybe before the main event. So Bearstown, your thoughts on that?
It should be a match. Seeing how they Strowman and Ryback too. And why is Kane and Big Show being there? Are they the two of them over? Because Kane and Big Show, they're old. And as much as a Kane fan, I want to see Kane. That's why he's old. He's retired. Kind of style. know, he's the king that I know for a long time, a badass. And that's why I think King's a good soft. It's okay. Let's finish quickly showing Manchester City this week, okay? Match. I like the Styles versus Jericho one.
Oh yeah.
So
Yep. Well, folks, that was the Monday Night Raw review. Like, share, and subscribe to Sports Entertainment and Talk. Leave your comments and thoughts, and I'll post the link of our individual channels. I'm the Professor Malik, along with
Best 19. Okay, it's my just pretty much a knowledgeable wrestling fan. I give the shows like 2 out of 10. Yep. It's like sub.
Oh yeah, I'll give Raw maybe I'll be nice and give him a 3 out of 10. Like I said, he had some good points, but mostly he had bad points. But like I said, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. And like I said, we'll have more videos coming real soon. Have a good night. Peace. We out.